And that means Big Sandy, you got the first segment, sir. I'm going to put you up here, and then we're going to play the promo for Big Sandy Sandbox. Are you ready for this, sir?
Roll the clip.
Roll in the clip.
Big Sandy Sandbox.
You, sir. What's going on, Big Sandy?
Well, I'll tell you what. This next guest in the Sandbox here has been a friend of mine for a long time. I'm really proud of her because she's always been like such a talent in our local scene. But she's been, it seems like, and this is going back 20 years ago or something or more. I lose track of time. But it seems like she has more going on nowadays than ever, and more people are becoming aware of her talent. So we welcome to the show Jessica Kazmarek right there. How you doing, Jessica?
Hey, you all.
Good, wonderful to see you.
You as always, Robert, my friend.
Oh, hey, I like that the album, the Santo and Johnny album behind over your shoulder there. Yeah.
It's a little taste for you.
And that ties in with our movie that we're going to be talking about a little bit later. But enough of that.
There you go.
Jessica, let's jump right in it. If you heard the intro, I mentioned how we've been knowing each other for a long time, kind of going back to the heyday of the Doll Hut, where you played with the Bus Stop Hurricanes and then with Russell Scott and the Red Hots. But it seems like you're doing more than ever right now. Like for instance, right off the bat, the first thing I noticed when I look at some of the promo pictures is the Gretsch endorsement that you have. How did that come about?
Straight vodka, by the way. Actually, a friend of mine that knew me from the Doll Hut days, Anthony Red Horse, plays in the Rockets, nice, fine rockabilly band, and used to see me with Russell all the time on the Rockabilly Thursdays at Linda's Doll Hut. And I was playing a show at the Maui Sugar Mill, and he came up to me and he said, "Hey, I remember you from Muscle, blah, blah, blah." And he said, "Hey, do you have an endorsement? Are you hooked up with Gretsch?" And I said, "No, but I would love to be." And he said, "Well, let's make that happen." So I'm like, okay. So that's just how it came about. Was just an old friend who remembered me from way back when, and who works for the company, and ended up talking with Joe, which I know you know.
Yeah. Lovely man, yeah.
Great guy, very great guy. I call him the Gretsch father, and really sweet man. And just ended up talking with him, and now I'm in the Gretsch family. So I'm pretty happy.
That's fantastic, and it's a really great family. And like I said, Joe is just such a lovely guy. I noticed on your post for the show that he liked it. So maybe Joe's watching. If you're watching right now, Joe, it'd be kind of nice to have a Gretsch. We could use a sponsor or two to help us out here at Westcoast Ramble. But anyway. I started out mentioning the Bus Stop Hurricanes, which is the first time I saw you play was when you were walking across the bar at the Doll Hut. Was that the first band that you were in, Jessica?
Yeah, well, the first band, I would like to admit being in.
Okay.
As every musician has, you have some bands that are just whatever, but yeah, that was the first band I was officially in that was a real band. And actually, I went to a party in Fullerton, and a friend invited me to it. And they were playing in the room, and my friend actually asked the other guitar player of the band if I could play the guitar, and they were taking a break, and he's like, "Yeah, whatever. I'm not playing. I'm not using it, so go ahead." So they went in the other room, and they started playing a little bit, and they all started kind of popping their head around the door and came out and started playing with me. And then later, I think the singer set the drum kit on fire, and after that, I was in the band. So.
That's you kids at home. That's all it takes. Yeah, it's funny because I met Tom at a house party in Fullerton. That's how I ended up getting into the band too. But and then of course there's a lot even more people of my circle of friends that really got to know you when you were playing with Russell Scott. Now Russell he's always had a line of great guitar players. And you just fit right in there. Did you come to know him just through hanging out at the Doll Hut, or how did that association begin?
Yeah, we got to know each other because with my old band, Bus Stop Hurricanes, Linda, whoever was booking would always put us on the Rockabilly Thursdays because they didn't know what to do with us because it was garage rock, kind of surfy, loungy, kind of a little bit of rockabilly too. So they'd always put us on there, and before people knew the band, everybody hated us, so they just wanted rockabilly. But so they usually put for Russell, and so I got to know Russell then, and we became really, really good friends. And then he told me, you know, Gene, who was just amazing, Gene Harmio, now Gene Edwards, who plays with Dwight Yoakam. He's amazing and one of the sweetest guys and amazing guitar player. I always loved watching him. And I remember Russell telling me one night after our show at the Doll Hut that, hey, Gene's leaving, and I need a guitar player. Would you want to play with us? I'm like, yeah, I would love to. So it just kind of clicked from there.
Well, I just have such fond memories of that period of time, and I know we had a chance to hang out a lot more back then, and you know, the after hours drinkage, and yeah, just great memories of that. Can I ask you something? What does the name, the artist formerly known as Prince, mean to you? Has that figured into your life at all at any point?
I might kind of ring a little bit of a bell, I think. Yeah. Actually, a mutual friend of ours, I think you know as well, John Panel, quite a while ago, I think it was about 2000, I hadn't talked to him in quite a while, and I got just an email from him saying that there was a lady at a PR agency who was looking for a hot female guitar tech, which I play guitars, I don't know how to fix them. So I called John that, and I said, yeah, I don't know how to fix them, and he wrote me back and he said, well, it's for Prince, so I think you want to do it. So I'm like, okay. So, you know, I sent in like a resume and stuff, and, you know, I kind of looked at some online, you know, things to watch, you know, how to fix guitars a little bit. And then, so I ended up making a video for Prince at his assistant's house. And I thought, okay, I haven't heard from him. It's been like 2 weeks, I guess nothing. So I just get a call one day in the afternoon, and it's the lady from Paisley Park, and she's like, hey, you know, we're waiting for you. Prince is waiting for you. I'm like, what? You know, I'm like, I just got out of the shower, like 3 in the afternoon. Why? I don't know. But, and I said, well, you know, I need to get dressed. It's going to take me like an hour to get there. And she's like, well, you need to get up here. He's waiting for you. He's been watching your video, and he wants to meet you because he needs a guitar tech. And so I get up there, and it's a huge mansion, and go into this big ballroom, and he's just, you know, playing his guitar. And I asked her before, I said, what does he want me to do? And she said, oh, probably just wants you to change the string or something. I'm like, okay. So I get there, and, you know, he's playing with the band, and then, like, I look at him, and he looks at me, and then I just kind of waved at him, and what else am I going to do? I waved at Prince. It's kind of weird. And then so he just looks at the band, and he just stops them, and then he just walks this long ballroom down to me with his guitar on, just kind of like sauntering over to me. I'm like, oh God, like what's gonna happen? And he said, hey, you know, I'm Prince. I'm like, I know. And
hi, I'm Prince.
He said, yeah, let me introduce you to the band. So he just introduced me to everybody. He's all this, blah 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 blah. And he's like, everybody, this is Jessica. And I'm like, if nothing else happens, that's cool enough right there. Yeah. And he's into me, and he said, you know, I'd play this song. And it was Roller Coaster, you know, the 70s Roller Coaster song. I never played it before him. And I'm like, well, I'm sure I could figure it out. And he said, well, why don't you come play it then? I said, well, all right. So I come over, and they put one of his guitars on me, and then he's playing, and I'm trying to find kind of like what key it's in. And he looks at me like, no, don't play yet. And I'm like, great. So whenever I play, I'm going to suck, but we'll see what happens. And then he looks at the band, breaks it down, and it's just like down to the drum. And then he was giving me a little nod, so I started doing a solo, and then he just smiles and goes, yeah. And then we ended up playing Roller Coaster like, I don't know, 6 times in a row.
All right. And then, but so did you end up getting the gig or not? No,
I probably would not be sitting here with you if I
okay, right. The artist formerly known as Jessica. Yeah.
It came down to like two girls, me and another girl, because I'd seen the interview day. There's another girl walking out, and I don't know if she got it either. It was for a tour that he was going on. And actually more, it was, I remember asking the old guitar tech what the actual job was. And because once I was done, I played his guitars, like all his guitars were set up, and I played them all, and they played amazing. And, you know, I went to the bathroom, it was all decked out in like marble and purple, and you had like a Prince hand towel with like a symbol. I washed them, dried my hands on the Prince hand towel, and took the elevator down with the guitar tech. And I said, so does he like me? And we said, yeah, I think we like you. And
Yeah.
So what's the job? And he said, well, basically, if Prince has a party at 3 a.m, you show up and plug his guitar in. I said, I think I could do that. So it was a little bit of an eccentric kind of.
Well, I think even if it didn't pan out, at least you have just this amazing life story to tell, you know. And next time we have you on, we're gonna reenact that story in a little skit. Okay, so think about who you want to play the role of Prince. Jessica, I'm looking at the clock here. We have to move on a little bit here, but we have to talk about what some of your current projects. I know you've been working on some the scoring films. Is that still going on?
Yeah, I'm writing music for a documentary. It's actually about a Hollywood golden age PR man, David Mayer, called The Man Behind the Golden Stars, and he's responsible for discovering Farrah Fawcett. He worked with he knew Frank Sinatra. He worked with Johnny Mathis and and he was all their agents. Dionne Warwick, even like the TV, like the Christopher Knight from the Brady Bunch. All these celebrities, Robert Wagner, Natalie Wood's husband and actor on his own part. So I've been doing music for that, and I'm really, really happy with that. That should be coming out in winter, so people can look for that.
Well, we'll look for that, and I know you have another project that's going to be released soon too. So maybe we can have you on again so we can talk more at length. But can we hear just a little bit on the guitar before we move on to the show? We want to hear what Prince was so impressed with.
You want me to play Roller Coaster? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, can you play roller? But only when I point to you.
Yeah. I got a little bit of my song I play, if you don't mind me playing a bit of it. Is that cool?
Yeah, please do.
That means you. When I was a young girl, my mama said, "Now, darling, don't you play with fire." When I grew to 18, thought I'd take a chance, and I met you. I started to think. When I get myself together, get my life out of ruin, oh, that's still nothing better than burning up things you love right down in your ground. Right down in the ground. Gonna burn it down.
That's beautiful. And a little added bonus there. I didn't know you were going to sing. That's fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Jessica Kaczmarek there. Thank you so much. It's wonderful to see you, and I hope we cross paths in person before too long.
Oh, as well. I miss you, Robert.
I miss you too. Yeah. Thanks for jumping into the sandbox with me. I'll see you now. Bye, Jessica.
Bye-bye.
All right. Well, that was the Sandbox, of course.